Hello, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Callie, and I'm a recruitment coordinator at Carleton University. And I'm so happy to be here to be chatting with you folks about reading and accepting your offer to Carleton. Before we get started and into the nitty-gritty of this presentation, I do want to first acknowledge that Carleton University is located on the traditional and unceded territory of the Algonquin Nation. It's really important for us as an institution to recognize that the land in which we learn, study, and live is not our land, and we are settlers on this in this place. It's also really important for us as an institution to strive to do better and to work on building the connections with the Indigenous communities around us. If you'd like to learn more about what we as an institution have been doing, you can visit our Indigenous Gathering site on carleton.ca to read the Kitamagwin report and learn more about the steps that Carleton has been taking to support our Indigenous students, staff, and faculty at Carleton. Today's presentation is really going to be focusing on reading and accepting your offer of admission. So first and foremost, congratulations. We are super excited to hear that you got an offer for Carleton and are thinking about accepting your offer. So we want to talk about the different pieces of what that looks like, what's included in your offer package, and how to accept your offer, and some next steps as well. So let's get into it. If you got an offer of admission to Carleton, you'll want to be logging into Carleton 360 to view your offer package. If you've never logged into Carleton 360 before, that's okay, but now is the time to do so. So to figure out how to find your Carleton 360 login credentials, you'll actually be heading to an email that Carleton sent to you when you initially applied. It includes your MyCarleton1 username, as well as a temporary password and a link to a website where you can set up your MyCarleton1 credentials. Once that's set up, you're good to go to start the login process and to view your offer package. So to log into Carleton 360, you'll be heading to 360.carleton.ca, and you'll be using, again, your MyCarleton1, also known as MC1, login credentials. So your username and password that has been provided to you, and you'll be hitting that login button. Once you're on Carleton 360, you'll be landing on this welcome page, and you'll want to look at the left-hand side of your screen, which is the Carleton 360 toolbar. There you'll see a tab that says Applications. You're going to want to click on that button because it's going to bring you to a page that you can find all of the applications that you've submitted to Carleton. Whether you've submitted one application to Carleton or you've submitted 3, this is where you can find the status of all of those applications and also to view your offer package. So once you're on the Applications tab, you're going to want to click the Submitted button under the section that says Undergraduate Applications. Okay, the applications that you submitted for Carleton are undergraduate applications. It's your first degree program. So you're going to want to go to that submitted section because these are all of the applications that you have sent to Carleton. Once you've clicked submitted, a drop-down menu will appear and you will see your application. So for this instance, the student applied to the Bachelor of Computer Science, and this is what they're going to see. They're going to see the program that they've applied for, what all is included, whether they have a concentration, a minor, co-op, all those different pieces, and if a decision has been made on their application. For this student, the decision has been made and they've been admitted with conditions. And we'll talk about what that conditions section means in a little bit. Right below the decision is where they see a big red button that says View or Accept Offer. Please note that when you click this button, you are not accepting your offer of admission to Carleton. It's just allowing you to launch a new browser where you'll actually head to another website called Carleton 360 that has the offer package located on. So you'll click that button and it'll bring you to your offer package and you're not accepting your offer of admission. Once you've clicked that button, you're going to see your offer package and you're going to be able to go through all the different details and what's included. So let's talk about those different pieces. What is included in your offer package? There's 3 key things that you'll be able to see in your offer package. First things first is what program did you get an offer for? The second one is any scholarships or awards that you've been provided with. And last but not least is your offer to residence. So first thing you want to check is your offer of admission. What program did you get an offer for? Like I said, sometimes some of you may have applied to 2 or 3 programs at Carleton. So you want to read your offer package to see which program you actually got an offer for. On this page, there's a lot of really great information that you'll want to read through and be able to identify. But the most important thing that I'll note right now is that in that very first paragraph, it talks about maintaining your offer of admission. When you were looking at that decision status, it said admitted with conditions. Every offer at Carleton is a conditional offer of admission, which means that you have pieces within your offer that you still need to maintain because you still may be in high school and college and you're finishing classes. So you'll need to maintain a certain grade average or prerequisite courses to keep your offer of admission. So it's really important that you're clicking on that link to go and view the maintaining your conditional offer page on our admissions website and looking at the prerequisites and overall grade averages that you need to maintain to keep your offer of admission. That second piece that you'll see on your offer package, which is right after your program, is a scholarship potentially. So as long as you've received an 80% average or above, you'll automatically receive an entrance scholarship to Carleton. Each scholarship has a different valuation from $4,000 up to $16,000. So it's really important that you go to identify how much money you've been offered to come and study at Carleton. This is really crucial to know and important to have that information because this could be a huge determining factor when looking at accepting your offer of admission. We like to provide an incentive for you to accept your offer to Carleton, and this is a really great advantage to you to help with paying and affording your tuition. So make sure you head to your offer package and see what kind of a scholarship you've been offered. Last but not least, there is an offer to residence. All first-year students have a guarantee of residence in their first year. So this is really great information to go read through. It identifies different dates and deadlines and how to accept your offer, which I will talk about a little bit more later on. So you've read your offer package and now you're ready. You're thinking, I am so ready to accept my offer to Carleton. Where do I sign? That's a great question. Let's go get into it. Let's talk about where you can accept your offer of admission. And in the background, you can hear some crowd cheering because we're all so excited to hear that you want to accept your offer to Carleton. So first things first, again, you want to review your offer of admission. You want to review your program choice and understanding the conditions that you need to maintain for your offer. The second thing is to head to the Ontario University Application Center, the same place where you went and actually submitted your offer, you submitted your application to each university. That's where you're going to be going to accept your offer to Carleton. It's really important to note that the deadline to accept your offer of admission is June 3rd for any Ontario university, okay? Especially Carleton, we give deadlines of June 3rd for Ontario high school students to accept their offer of admission. Some folks may have a different date specified on their offer, and that's another really key thing to be paying attention to, especially on that program choice page where it talks about what you've been admitted to. It will give you a specific date as to when you have to accept your offer. Typically, it will be June 3rd, but some may have a different specified date, so it's good to review that when you're looking at your offer package. Once you're on OUAC, there's a lot of really great resource videos of how to accept your offer on OUAC. So make sure you're reviewing those and following all the steps that are outlined on those videos to make sure you're properly accepting your offer of admission. You'll know that you've properly accepted because you'll receive an email from OUAC once it's finished and you've gone through the process. They'll have a confirmation number in that email, and once you've got that, you're good to go. Your offer of admission is accepted, and you will see that reflected on Carleton 360 within about a day or so. It will say that you've accepted your offer in that decision status there. Last but not least, celebrate. Take a deep breath, do some meditation, whatever it may be, and really celebrate your offer of admission. This is a huge congratulations to you, and give yourself a big round of applause for making it this far. You've gone through almost all of high school. You only have a few more months left. You've applied to university, and now you've gotten an offer. And this is so, so exciting. So really take that time to celebrate yourself and everything that you've achieved up until this point. And for those folks who are interested in living on residence, I did mention that you do have a guarantee of residence in your offer package. This would be your next step. So you've accepted your offer to Carleton, you've reviewed everything, you've given yourself that pat on the back, you've celebrated a little bit. Now you want to make sure that you're accepting your offer to residence if you decide that you wish to live on residence. So first things first, accept your offer to Carleton. That has to happen before you can accept your offer to residence. To accept your offer to a residence, all the information is outlined in your offer package, but you can also head to housing.carleton.ca and you're going to click on a big red button that says apply to residence. And there's going to be an application process and some information there of how to go ahead and accept your offer. Please note that in accepting your offer, there is a $700 deposit that you will need to pay to secure your spot in residence. This is payable by credit card or Interact, and something to note when you're preparing to accept your offer to residence. Last important piece of information is that the deadline to accept your offer to residence is June 10th at 11:59 p.m. So make sure that you're submitting that acceptance before that deadline. So what's next? You've accepted your offer to residence, you've accepted your offer to Carleton, and what now? What are your next steps? There's a couple different things that you folks can do in preparing for your transition to Carleton. One thing is preparing registration. So looking into some classes that you can take, thinking about your timetable, and registering for some sessions that we'll be having in the future on how to build your timetable, how to pick those classes, where you need to go to register for classes. When is my registration date? All those different pieces. We'll be sending more information in the coming weeks or coming months about how to register for classes. So you want to stay tuned to your Carleton email account to make sure you're staying up to date with all that information. We will also be hosting a summer and fall orientation, which is really a great opportunity for you folks to learn more about the transition to university and get all the different supports and services that Carleton has to offer you in this transition that you will be making. So definitely make sure to sign up for summer and fall orientation. I did it in my first year and it was hugely beneficial. So keep an eye out for registration for those different pieces. We also have a bunch of upcoming events that will be happening, whether it's open house, more virtual sessions like this, great ways, events where you can learn more about your programs and chat with professors and all those different pieces. So you'll want to head to admissions.carleton.ca/events to keep up to date with everything that we've got going on at Carleton and to really stay connected with your transition to university. And last but certainly not least, we also have next step appointments to Carleton. So this is a really great space if you have any questions about Carleton, about accepting your offer, about scholarships, about residence, about your programs, about different clubs and societies and ways to get involved at Carleton. This is a really great space for you to get any of your questions answered and making that and preparing for your time in moving to Carleton. So make sure you're scanning that QR code and booking a session either with myself or one of my fellow colleagues and to get all of your questions answered about Carleton and just stay connected with us. You can also stay connected by following us on social media, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Threads, or TikTok at Carleton_future. We are always happy to continue this conversation and to stay connected with you and provide all information that you need to know. Thank you folks so much for joining me for this session. I'm so happy that you were able to stick around and learn more about reading and accepting your offer of admission. And once again, congratulations on your offer to Carleton University. We look forward to welcoming you to our campus in the fall. See you later.